become a bag of bones. You know? And so that's the thing, you know. If you want to be a sheep, that's great. But be a sheep that's going to greater and better, pastures, and eventually being the one who's leading the sheep, teaching.
Right. But when you look at the fruit, when you see the results, I think we each have the right to say, hey, listen, let me talk to you about it. I am questioning it. Help me, give me some perspective. We have to bring back the iron sharpening iron.
Exactly.
In modeling maturity, you have to be able to take that risk.
Yeah, that's very true. Yeah. So let's go on here with 2 Timothy chapter 4, verses 3 and 4. And it says, "For the time is coming when people will not tolerate endure sound and wholesome instruction, but having ears itching for something pleasing and gratifying."
I knew you were going to bring that up.
They will gather to themselves one teacher after another, to a considerable number, chosen to satisfy their own liking and to foster the errors they hold, and will turn aside from hearing the truth and wander off into myths and man-made, fictions. You know, that's basically what that's what it's talking. You know, I mean, that's like today, man.
It is today.
You know, and boy, you can see that all over. And so, you know, that's the thing is that, you know, again, what God is saying here is about having the wisdom that we need to be smart sheep, not be following another sheep that really doesn't know his direction and has no shepherd.
You know, in verse 5, it follows up verse 4. You know, he's saying, "There's a time coming." It's like, oh man, we are here. I just want my ears itch just a little bit. You ever have a little dog and just go, he loves just to be scratched. It's the same thing. But in verse 5 it says, "As for you," in the ESV version, it says, "always be sober-minded."
You know.
And we talked about that contrast in our last chance about to be filled with the Spirit in contrast to being overwhelmed, drunk, etc. You know, where your facilities just aren't there.
Right.
Here again, we have this: get your facilities, be sober-minded, be focused, be clear-headed.
Right.
But notice, here's one of the reasons. Next, right after that, endure suffering. Do the work of an evangelist. Fulfill your ministry. Endure. What? I just want to hop over that because
that's a good one, actually. Yeah.
You know, I think about that. I'm going, oh my gosh. Okay, so we're not supposed to do this, and to really stand up, you're gonna suffer.
Yeah.
So, you know, I'm sorry, I'm not saying it, I'm just sharing it.
Yeah, there are going to be challenges, you know.
And suffering doesn't mean you're going to lose an arm tomorrow or something. I hope, you know, heaven forbid. But it's not going to be easy, and I think we have that's going against the counterculture. You know, everything should be easy. Your goal is to live for a plateau and be okay.
Right.
God says, man, it's going to come with some challenges.
Yeah.
You're going to be placed in an environment where it's not user-friendly.
Now, in 2 Timothy chapter 3, 1 through 5, it says, "But mark this, there will be terrible times in the last days. People will be lovers of themselves, lovers of money, boastful, proud, abusive, disobedient to their parents, ungrateful, unholy, without love, unforgiving, slanderous, without self-control, brutal, not lovers of the good, treacherous, rash, conceited, lover of pleasure rather than lovers of God, having a form of godliness, but denying its power. Have nothing to do with it." So here we go.
Having a form or the appearance of godliness, but denying it's the word.
Oh, man.
What's your show called?
Word of Power.
And I'm telling you, whatever's next for the church is going to come with a sense of power. It has to.
It has to, yeah.
I think when you talk about maturity, I don't think it's the power of sheep. It's the power of the loving shepherd. Shepherd has a staff. He's going to yank the sheep back. I understand all that. That's part of what he gets to do. But his job is to take care of the sheep. It's not going to come in an authoritarian position like this. I'm up here, you're down here. It's going to be that shepherd that is the leader that people want to follow, that's earned that right.
Yeah.
And to stay humble, that's been through the challenging times, the seasons. And that's why it is such a privilege to do this with you, and hoping that someone catches this and it encourages them and allows us to come alongside of them. That's what we're here for.
That's exactly what we're here to do. And again, how many times, even to this day, have I met a lot of leaders that try to bring in a lot of their cultural beliefs and everything else, and try to spiritualize this, and really, and I sit there and I'm looking at other brothers, and it's like,
isn't this not right?
Yeah, and they're following, yes, and it's like, no, come on, man, and those type of leaders too. Paul also says that we also need to come alongside them, to be gentle and hopefully be able to help them to change, make those changes, and that's the whole point. But at the same time, you have to have the wisdom and discernment as to what are they saying, what are you hearing, is it lining up? Yeah. And if they refuse, then that's the time to exit. Let God make a way, and leave it there and leave right, so that when the time comes that maybe they do, there's an opportunity maybe for you to come in and help, set them in the right path, and not go wayward. So those are the kind of balances that we also have to have as becoming a shepherd or becoming a leader.
And I think we've seen a mass exodus in the church today in the fact that the average committed, solid person in the church goes twice a month. I mean, 2 times. I'm not talking about 2 weeks, or Wednesday night, or twice a month. And I'm not advocating more church, less church. I'm just saying it kind of shows where their heart's at, because to them, spiritual growth is equated with attending church.
Yeah.
So I attend, I get my dose, got my little shot, I'm done. And we've fostered that. And so we've changed format, we've changed speaker, music, environment, whatever it is, to bring them more than twice a month. And we focused on the wrong issues. Yeah. And so I think that what we're seeing inside the church with that, are we transitioning these sheep into shepherds? I think we're really missing primarily because we are trying to do it instead of saying, hey, what's God telling you? Let God make that change, and then I'm just here to come alongside of you.
And exactly. And of course, through all this, what we're talking about is putting much everything back in your court. You've got to take that responsibility.
Yeah.
Right?
That's right.
And that's what Paul's saying. He's saying, no, you be careful.
Yep.
Don't tolerate. And so, again, it comes right back down, your personal communion with God.
It is.
How clear are you hearing God? Are you hearing a lot of that's out, that's out voicing the voice of God? The shepherd.
Yeah, that's right.
Right, and that's the thing. We need to be more than the sheep, because it says we are more than conquerors. For us to go on to a greener and better and greater pasture, where there is rest,
I see that.
Yeah, where there is being refreshed with the still waters and allowing that to nourish our soul and our spirit, to regain and renew our strength, to go through the journey. We have got to take that responsibility. It's our ears, and it's what we see. It's our eyes, right?
And I love in 2 Timothy 3, in the first verse, even the first part, it says, but understand, I love the way Paul writes.
Yeah.
He'll come with these little phrases that if you really don't dig into them, it's like, hello, and now, okay, are you awake? I think a lot of sheep out there are nodding off.
Yeah.
And it's time to waken them up.
They're grazing and getting fat.
Get fat, rolling over, and as you said, they become bones. They die that way.
Yeah.
I understand that.
A lot of information, but no revelation.
Oh.
See, that's the thing.
We just summarized the entire fall right there.
We're done. Well, God designed our lives what? For perpetual growth.
That's right.
Perpetual spiritual growth.
Give me those 3 keys you came up with.
Yeah. Well, and
they're awesome.
My most recent, my last broadcast for 2013, I kind of pulled out 3 keys, and that's these things: live Him, live it, and act like it. In Colossians 2, 1, it says, or verse 19, it says, He is the head and we are the body. We can grow up healthy in God only as He nourishes us. Ooh, yeah, see? And then let's go down to Colossians chapter 2, 6 to 7, mentioning these three keys, 6 and 7, and then, 6 and 7, and then I'll go to, for the third key, Colossians 3, and then verse 1 on that one. Awesome. So here's it goes. My counsel for you, this is Paul speaking, my counsel for you is simple and straightforward. Just go ahead with what you've been given. You've received Christ Jesus, the Master. Now live Him. You know? Okay, second key. Verse 7. You're deeply rooted in Him. You're well constructed upon Him. You know your way around the faith. Now do what you've been taught. School's out. Quit studying the subject and start living it. Okay, Colossians 3, verse 1. So if you're serious about living this new resurrection life with Christ, act like it and let your living spill over into what? Thanksgiving.
Isn't that amazing? It's so easy to go ho-hum, mo-drum because of our circumstances, and hear God saying, hey, live it. Live me. Walk in me with Thanksgiving. Every day people say, hey, Mike, how you doing? Hey, sun came up. I got another breath. It's a good day. And I truly believe that. Not every day do I wake up with that attitude, but by the time I get to work on my drive in traffic, if I haven't got it down in the first 30 minutes, there's a problem. I have the privilege now of driving in traffic. Here's the thing. I get to watch the sunrise, provided there's no clouds, every morning. And I'm going, God, you're awesome. And thank you very much for reminding me. I called a friend of mine and just said, hey, here's the word that God has been stirring in my heart, is to be overwhelmed by Him. You sang a song a long time ago, and I just wanted to thank you for that. Well, he picked up the phone at 6 in the morning, which I didn't think he would. I was going to leave a voicemail for him. And I'm just telling you, with Thanksgiving, every day.
Yeah.
Every day.
That's it. So, three keys, you need to start living Him. You need to start living it, what you've been given, and then you need to start acting like it. Act like what?
Right.
The resurrection life that you've been given.
That's right.
You need to become more than just an ordinary sheep or a sheep that goes wayward. You need to go from sheep to shepherd. And that's what we've been talking about. Because we need to be more than conquerors, and that's what God designed us to be. So our challenge here for us is to take the time and read Psalms 23. You know, the Lord is my shepherd. Read that and let God give you the revelation.
I shall not want.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
He leads me to the green pasture.
That's right. Makes me lie in green pastures and lie in still waters. But here God is meeting the provisions.
That's right.
Because that's a promise to gain our strength, like still waters, to refresh us, to restore us, to strengthen us for the next journey to the next better and greener and bigger pasture. And that's what 2014 is for you. Take a hold, start having communion with God, learn to see what's ahead of you, because He wants to show you. He's a God that wants to reveal everything. You know, in my program I said, you know, God out of His love created a tapestry of your life, and a tapestry depicts a picture, a theme. You know, and that's what God did. You know, He wants you to see the depicted picture that He had hoped for your life. He wants to reveal that, and so you need to learn to follow and receive all that you can. Get filled up, be strengthened, and then start leading others. Be that shepherd. Be, His flock. So you're more than a sheep. Remember that.
That's right.
You're more than a conqueror.
Don't settle for bad. Well, let's say it. I mean, that's what some of my friends, we hold each other accountable. If we do something really crazy throughout the day and we're talking to each other on the drive home on the phone, and we just go back, and we know exactly what happened. We missed an opportunity. We're here for you. We say it. We don't say it lightly. We say it in a heartfelt attitude of commitment to come alongside of you the best that we can, and to join together. And who knows what God may just share with you. We'd love to hear it. Send it to us. Let us know.
Yeah, let us know. And below us, you'll see our email address that you can send your questions and prayers or or anything that you're believing for. We want to stand with you and just come alongside you, as Mick said. And of course, our website, as you see there, subscribe to our website. Look at it, and we've got some articles that we've written and things that can encourage you. And so we're looking forward to 2014. And so we'll be back in early February, because we've got some things that we've got to start looking at and start preparing for 2014. That's a time of expansion, to go to greener and greater and better pasture, and that's what we're looking forward to. And we want you to look forward for that as well. Okay, so be more than a sheep. So with that said, thank you so very much. God bless, and Happy New Year. Bye-bye.